morning, Nairobi. Welcome to the Power of Breakfast. My name is Lotan.
And I'm Tonio Kibbs.
And right now, man, get ready. We have a special guest in the building this amazing morning. Now, for most of you, if you're, I wouldn't say a little bit older, I mean, probably you've been in the streets of social media a little bit longer. She used to be the baddie on Twitter. You know, Twitter has Madame, and then kuna mabaddies. And she is famously known for coining the word Riggy G. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome right here to the studio. The legend herself is with us. Wapi makofi yake. Ivy Chelimo, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
How are you doing this amazing morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Salama sana. How's your morning been like? You look like a morning person, by the way.
I am.
Unamkaga 5, 4:30, 3:30 in the morning.
Probably like 5:35. I'll be up because I have to get ready and get to work and be in the office by 7 in the morning.
So kila siku saa moja ushaingia kwa ofisi. Unajua sio unasemaga ati sijui watu wanafanyia serikali wanakuja wanaweka jacket wanaepa. 7 a.m. you in the office.
Yeah.
Working for this great country.
Yes.
Absolutely. I love that about what you just said. But just in case you have no idea who Ivy Chelimo is, let me refresh your memory. Do you guys remember this?
Mungetaka msalimie, musikie sauti yake, huja salimia watu ya Kajiado.
Good afternoon, everyone. All dignitaries observed, all protocol observed. I'd say hi to you. Thank you, Bwana Deputy, for the job. He offered me a job this morning, and he's very passionate about the youth taking up places in this government.
You said you called him Bwana Deputy. Bwana, you have made it in life, Bwana Deputy.
But it's not Bwana Deputy President.
I can imagine. So when he called you up on stage, you didn't expect it.
Yeah. I feel like I should have known because I got to the office, then he asked me, what you want? How can I help you? Then I said, give me a job because I was unemployed for, I think, a year. Because I had just finished school and I was just home. So when he asked me, what do you want to do? What can I help you? I said, give me a job.
Yeah.
And
Like you told him straight in his face.
Yeah, I told him.
Mimi nataka kazi.
Unajua wase wengi by the way wangepewa hiyo opportunity wangesema mazee mimi nataka tu ganji, niko na hii biashara nataka kuanzisha.
Nikisema niko na project.
Yeah, niko na projects zinaivana mazee, ma plans zinaivana. But that was actually crazy and actually mimi ningefanya hivyo pia.
So when you told him you want a job, so what was his response like?
Wapi? Yeah, because then I told him I want to work in your office. Because now I have a background in law. He asked me, do you want to go to the legal department? I said, no, I would like to try something new. And then that's when I said I want to work in the communications department. And yeah, that's how I started.
I mean, instantly your whole life changed. It's been 2 years now in that particular office. How's it been like? What are some of the, I wouldn't say challenges because challenges are normal, but I'd love to know, I mean, the highs that you've experienced. I mean, from the streets of Twitter to the streets of Harambe Annex. How's it been, man?
It's been crazy, I won't lie. It's been it's been an enlightening period of my life. Like one day I woke up unemployed, not knowing what to do next, probably planning to start my master's or something. Then the next day I had a job. So I think the best part about like my work is the networks you get to build as you continue life.
Yeah.
You get to cross paths with really people who can actually change your life.
True.
Even after the 5 years of when, let's say, we go back for re-election because we have tenure of office as a contract. You have people who might, when you rub shoulders, they'll remember, oh, this one was here. It's helped me build my portfolio a lot, especially in terms of my career progression and my career progression, essentially.
No, I mean, I hear you because, I mean, when you look at it from the angle of career, I mean, when you came to this particular position or job, a lot of people, I mean, the backlash on social media was like, okay, mimi nikiangalia vizuri. But how have you been able to keep your head down, maintain focus, maintain composure, and just focus on the job? Because you had 2 different lives.
Yes.
So, and we'll speak about Ivy Chelimo before government and Ivy Chelimo in government. I wouldn't like to call it government per se, but in service. I think that's the right word.
Yeah.
So you show up. Obviously, everybody in the office is like, okay, so we have this babe. Now she's showed up. I've been going through the motions, learning about government red tape. I mean, that whole journey. Talk to us about it, man.
Wow. So I got to work, and I knew what communication is about, and that's why I picked it. But then now the good thing is I had good people mentoring me, like the head of communications, and a lot of people in our office were very open to now teaching you, because everyone likes giving knowledge and also receiving.
Yeah.
So they mentored me, taught me like the ropes of how to do it. But since I was from Twitter and I knew social media, yeah, and I knew social media, it was easy for me to enter into the social media space and venture into new media, essentially. So curating content for new media and social media.
And the one thing I love about His Excellency, the Deputy President right now is, I mean, the only thing imebaki sasa ni kufanya get ready with me videos. Because every day in the morning, he shows up. There's, there used to be cameras following him up in the morning, showing us. I'd never seen the office of the Deputy President before. Now we have an opportunity to
see it.
Was that part of the stuff that you were doing in the behind the scenes?
Yeah, sort of, because that is work. Essentially, you need to get to understand where he's coming from and understand his day-to-day life. That's why you could see things that he's passionate about. Like, he likes walking. He really enjoys.
I was about to talk about walks. Thank you for mentioning walks. Now, Kenyans are trying to recreate random pictures of guys with a Marvin, with a jacket, with a karungu. Two things. Iyo rungu inakuwaga kwa gari 24. Does he always have the rungu?
Yeah.
And second thing, like, does he prep you guys and say, Kesho tukutane 5:30, I'm taking a walk, or you guys just know naturally?
Just know, like, that is, he just walks. So that is just part of, you get used to it. As the same way you would wake up and drive in the morning and go to work.
Yeah, and you know, like, now that you've talked about walking, ni nini nyingine, man, because people would love to also know this other side. So what other things that, of course, does he like doing? Like, the boss, president, deputy president, apenda kufanya nini nyingine tu other than
he
just
likes music.
Music?
Yeah.
Like proper kigosho.
And country as well. Like, he's a good guy, just like a dad, you know, like how
like mzazi.
Mzazi. Like, he's very chill, he's very conversational. Like, you can have a conversation.
So you're trying to say, if I was to sit down with Riggy today, mimi hatuwezi boeka.
You will not. And then you see, my boss is passionate about young people, so he likes talking to young people, giving you guys about his, like, he'll tell you about his life in service, what he would have done different.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's actually he's very conversational.
Oh, interesting. I never thought about it that way. Okay, Ivy Chelimo with us in the studio this amazing morning, talking about her amazing opportunity and responsibility in public service. But let's forget about public service. Let's shelve it a little bit on the side. Who was Ivy Chelimo before that name?
I was a tweep. I had just finished law school. I had not started KSL. I literally just finished uni, and then not uni. I just finished uni, and so I decided, you know what, Twitter it is. I liked politics, so I used to just talk a lot on Twitter. Like, I was just a tweep. Not just how there's tweeps. I was just a tweep.
Like, you'd wake up bundles, kinda.
Tweep.
Just
then
me.
I was a content creator as well. I used to do food, lifestyle, and travel content. Yeah, that was me before.
Yeah, because si tumejuana huko by the me na Ivy we go way back. Wacha niwaambie.
Okay,
let me tell you bali si tumetuana.
Okay, kids. Talk to us about
Sasa before
Ivy.
Before asiyesema who she was. But si tumetuana far, unacheki, like from the times akiwa Twitter on the internet, like tulikuwa tunabonga, tuna make content pamoja, tunapatana. By the way, tulikuwa tunaenda hata sometimes tulikuwa tunapatana hata sherehe. Yani just a normal.
Huyu ni mtu wa serikali bwana. Aliacha.
No, miss you.
Nimeokoka na
Yani nasema basically alikuwa anaishi tu like a young person.
Yes, you see how, just like, I remember we used to meet at a lot of events, social events, with kids, and that's how we became friends. And then we have a lot of mutual friends.
Yes.
Interesting. So you come from a very spiritual background.
Yes, I do.
Like when him saw AIC, I almost did the sign of the cross.
Yes.
I almost did the sign of the cross.
Yeah.
I mean, coming from that particular background, a little bit of shere in between, and now a little bit of government. I mean, have you been able to balance all this? And most importantly, how have you been able to keep yourself as grounded as possible when it comes to your life?
I think having a spiritual background will always keep you grounded. Like you always find your way back to Christ. So no matter where you go, whatever you do, and I think how do I explain this? My mom also keeps me very grounded.
Yeah.
She's a strict mom, and if she sees me going astray kidogo, she'll be like, "Hi Chelimo, ebu kuja nyumbani tuongee." You know, my dad is also very strict, but not like very strict like that. There's just people who will remind me of when I'm veering off. I'll be reminded.
Have they ever given you a call juu ametumiwa kitu ama wameona kitu on the internet kwambia, "Hey Chelimo, hii ni gani itani ina happen?"
About like 4 months ago, my mom called me. Nimesikia uko kwa Twitter. My mom is not even on Twitter. She's not on Facebook. So
unashangaa nitoa wapi?
I'm wondering
Status.
Wagwan.
What? So how do you respond to her like, "Mom, relax, we got this covered"?
I just tell her, "Mommy, tuna handle, wacha nikupigie." Because that mimi sahi I'm just like, I'm so bombarded. But she'll always tell me, "Usijali mom, unajua maisha." You know, like it's
Nitakuombea.
you know.
All right here we're hanging out with Ivy Chelimo. When we come back, we'll talk to her about kusalimiwa. Juzi nasikia wananchi
Wanataka kunimaliza.
juzi wananchi walikumaliza.
Nusra nife.
Listen, you're the Power Up show right here. 103.5 Homeboys Radio, the urban sound of Nairobi. Stand by. Ivy Chelimo coming through in a little bit. Right now, though, you are hanging out with the Power Up gang. My name is Lotan.
And I'm Tonyo Kids.
And joining us in studio is the lovely Ivy Chelimo. Shagan to you.
Hi.
Uko fit? Hey, usiseme. Unajua tuko in the era of kababa.
Sasa sauti mzuri hivi, sauti yote nyororo inatutoa pangoni.
Lakini pia ametupatia stress. Hi kababa.
No, but that's how we want to be greeted in the morning.
Yes.
See, mbona kushika simu? Nime hi kababa. How did you sleep?
Okay.
Wewe yako inakaa unatugombeza Lotan.
No, can we just I hope unapigiaga mtu. I'm in this story again. Right now, though, we're hanging out with Ivy Chelimo, works in the office of the Deputy President in the Communications Department, famously for coining that word Riggy. Let's go back. Eugene Riggy. I don't know how they discovered you, to be honest, but mimi nilijipata nikitumia tu.
Hata mimi.
So guys were just saying, how did you get to it?
You know, remember that time, it was a period of political, ulikuwa ukisema kitu mbaya social media, you know, during that time. So it was just easier, and I felt like in the heat of the moment, because I was watching the debate, I was like, I'm not going to write this whole name Rigathi Gachagua, and then I just tweeted Riggy amekataa ku mention freedom, and that was after that. Now I just saw people using it, and I was like, I didn't think
it would be a thing like that. Then
after that, everything just went, and then one day Osama asked, was it Osama? Yeah. Osama Otero asked, Naijina Riggy toko wapi? And then now Wanjiku reports, they find everyone.
So they did their own research.
Yeah.
Then they found you.
I think Wanjiku reports is this. They'll always say this is the first person who joined Twitter in Kenya. This is the first. They just find everything. Yeah, and then the next thing I was just at it.
And then now, when you got that special phone call, so who called you?
His son.
Okay.
Yeah.
Akakwambia, "Hey, niaje? Mzee anataka ukam." As in, how was it like?
So just like, "Hi Ivy," because we were friends on social media.
Okay.
Like, "Hi Ivy, can I have your number? My dad wants to see you." I'm like, "Your dad wants to see me."
What do you mean?
Wait.
Because his name on socials is not.
It has nothing to do with it again. Yeah.
So I'm like, "Your dad wants to see."
Who's your dad?
Okay, but anyway, we talked, and then he told me come to the office on Monday morning so that's like on Saturday. Come to the office on Monday morning at 9.
So you go to the office. So he told you that Harambee Avenue.
Yeah.
Then you show up at the office. Then you wale maskari unakoga hapo chini.
At that time they knew. So by the time you're coming to an office like that, uwezi tu kwa timu ya mko unaingia.
So unasema mimi siwezi toka hapa.
Sasa aje.
Niseme nataka kuenda kuongea na mzee.
Sasa kwanza tu ukidunga hivyo uwezi ukivaa hivi uwezi ingia hata pale.
Mbona mnanijudge?
But you see, my boss has an open door policy. Like, he's generally a very welcoming person. And if you really want to get to him, there are channels that you can use to actually get to him. He's very accessible. Actually.
Interesting. Now, at one point, he threatened to give Kenyans your number, which eventually we got. But this is him talking about you and how you're very talented, but most importantly, why he wanted to give Kenyans your number.
And some young girl somewhere decided she likes me and decided to come up with a name to make life easier for me and my fans. And she came up with Riggy. This is a girl full of creativity. This is a girl. Ivan is a lawyer by profession. Right now she works in my office in the communication department. She is full of creativity. You want her number, you guys? I had again 0722778494. Okay, Ivan. Thank you. Clap for her.
What was that your number?
Na alisema namba fulani.
Hata mwaka nikashanga kwani
Amekrama aje. No, that's my number.
Interesting. So, do you have his personal number?
Yeah. Ni kama wewe nikuulize uko na namba ya mdosi yako?
Sina.
Una namba ya mdosi yako?
By the way, hatuna by the way.
Na namba.
Heri wewe unaona status. Si hakuna.
So nataka kujua, so Riggy upo status? No, tuko
ana memes.
Ama anatumanga TikTok challenge.
Abana.
No, for real. Does he send you like? Is it a type that sends long messages, short messages? What kind of communicator is it? He just called you.
Yeah, phone calls. You'll text him, or call him. He's either of those, you know. But he prefers calls. You call him. He's a very straightforward guy. So unampigia, unamwambia chenye unadai, anakuambia.
So always chukua simu useme, na unataka ku catch up. Mko anje nyumbani?
I don't know, because he's still my boss at the end of the day.
Yes.
So there's that level of respect that you still keep with the distance you keep with your boss. But when we meet, like, I don't see him every day.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I don't report to him directly. I have a boss that I report to.
That reports to him.
Yes.
Okay.
But when I meet him, I'll be like, hi, Ivy, habari yako, unaendelea aje? Habari ya kazi? Bas.
Yeah, because I've seen him, I wouldn't say plugging you in, but you've been around him, especially when he's talking to young people.
Yeah.
I remember there's a time, I think you were on stage, and I don't know if it's Youth Connect. I'm trying to recall because I watched that video. And you said that he's really keen about plugging in young people to opportunities within the government ecosystem.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that. I mean, how far have we gone? What should we expect?
I cannot speak much on that because we do not directly work. There's ministries like Ministry of Youth that connect.
So you work with other state departments,
yes, to ensure that the jobs get to the youth or the opportunities get to the youth. But what I can say for sure is just keep kujituma. Endelea tu kujituma. Whatever you're doing, siku moja itajipa, you know.
Itafunguka.
Because if you're a content creator, you do whatever you're doing because one day someone will spot you and that'll be the day. If you're a musician, you keep singing until there's always siku moja tu itajipa. You cannot just be doing something and
you know, there's a time, kuna time mazee nimecheki history yote ya kutravel, kufly. Ilikuwa inasumbua watu, especially juu aliende hata prezo wetu. So now, mi yangu atasaki kuuliza vitu mingi. So, ever since you joined office, like how many countries have you traveled?
A handful of them. So, travel in terms of work.
Yeah.
A handful of them. But I think the most notable one I can say was earlier this year when we went to Rwanda with the students from Murang'a University, Mombasa University.
Yes.
Giving them a chance to really experience what life can, how good it can actually get. Life, you understand? Showing them that meeting other youths in different countries, from different countries to celebrate the commemoration of 30 years in Rwanda. Of Rwanda and genocide. So essentially,
So unaweza amka tu siku moja uambiwe, kesho tunaenda Colombia. Ama like how does it work? Like unashtuliwa tu.
Yeah, si ni kazi.
Wow. Mimi nataka hata mimi mdosi wangu
anishika Westland.
We have a meeting in the boardroom.
In the boardroom, West.
I mean, and of course, I mean, I mean, a lot of people are very interested about your job and everything, but we'll put that to the side just a little bit. But in retrospect, I mean, when you look back at your life over the last 2 years, I know a lot has changed and a lot has developed. But I want to know, does the deputy president, is he on Twitter?
Yes.
No, as himself. See account manager, TSG, nani anapigiagwa simu. Does he see what's happening on Twitter?
Yes. Let me tell you, all these people see what's happening because remember the account is theirs. And for my boss, I know Facebook is his forte. Let me tell you, politicians, these things that you guys go and tweet there, they see, it gets to them.
They do.
So hii kitu ya kuguza mlima. So unasema anajua.
Anaonanga mkisema.
Anaonaga. So what does it think? Because like the one thing I love about him is he's been able to morph based on how young people are.
Yeah.
So is it something that we should expect on one of his speeches? Aseme,
No.
Namugiguza.
I don't think he can say that. I don't know though. I don't know.
No, I like how you're looking at me like, wait.
Big shout out to everyone who's actually coming through the WhatsApp line because nacheki. Big shout out to Wesley who says ambia Chelimo ako na sauti poa sana.
Yeah,
big
focus,
focus
kwa
bana.
hapa juu ya
And
kazi,
also kaza unafikiri huyu haja focus, kuna mwingine hapa anaitwa Young D's who says yo Lotan muulize kako na mtu.
Focus
Boss. Hapa tunaongelea vitu za maana.
Tunajenga nchi.
Your boss is a very how do I put it? Nimse ako free in terms of how do you say somebody that anajua anapeanaga? It's very liberal. Generous. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Amoi kuambia shika hii chai.
No, we don't have that kind of relationship.
For real?
No. We are very formal. Unajua, my boss was a deal. Na kama unajua anything about our semangao, these guys, this is what you're supposed to do. They're very good at admin.
Yes.
So job yako kama wewe unafaa kufanya, wewe fanya tu hizo vitu unafaa kufanya, but
unaona Lotan, kwa nini wewe hii kazi uongezana na ungekuwa unaulizia za chai kila morning?
No, si ati mdosi wangu ezi ni quote unquote kunihonga. Ni ile anakuambia it's your birthday. At 07
no kuna salary.
So you are now with a PSC kapsa.
Yes,
full time.
Yes, I'm a civil servant.
Oh, you're a civil servant.
Yes.
Hey, mko sawa?
Nani akusema?
Tutaanza kukupigia jia passport. Mashida zetu zo. I'm Chelimo, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
If you had an opportunity to do something else after this job, would you get into politics?
I'd advise people like my peers to take up spaces in government and governance, but personally I don't think I'd.
Awezi simama kura? Uko ushagu kwenye uliambia ni wapi?
Nandi.
Sema sisi watu wa Nandi.
No, I don't think. I'm not a very political person. I like being behind the scenes. I feel like being out there talking is not really my forte.
Mimi kwa namjua before history yote. Mimi najua vitu anapenda. Lotan si vitu mingi.
Akuone after.
Tuongee baadaye.
I mean talk to your dad. Maybe one day you'll say my dad wants to see.
Sisi hatuna kazi kwetu ya kukupea.
Thank you very much, Ivy Chelimo, for coming through and speaking to us right here on 103.5 Homeboys Radio. Please tell your boss that would want to come and do the show from his office.
Okay.
No,
Nitamwambia.
Sisi tumesema tunataka kuguza mlima.
Nitamwambia.
Mwambie we want to come sit down in the office, of course, have a chit chat with the young people and just to hear him out kidogo.
I can run it by him and see what he says.
Absolutely.
About that.
Thank you very much for joining us. Right now, though, it's time for us to get into a little bit of Drizzy Drake in just a little bit. Stand by. Your traffic update is coming through after a while.